Welcome to TUT News. I'm Dumakatumudisi.
And I'm Rabetsu Mashego. Let's look at our headlines for today.
In the headlines, Soshanguve residents strike over unemployment. Satu wants Angie out. Students celebrate Freedom Day through sports.
Police have been called to disperse striking Block BB residents as they went on a violent rampage in protest for better service delivery and to be employed in the infrastructure development program.
The community banned tires and closed the road at Block BP. They were protesting for better service delivery and to be employed in infrastructure development around the area. Residents were also demanding for quality tar roads. The police dispersed the crowd with rubber bullets and tear gas. Business at Soshanguve Plaza had to start late as the protesters closed the plaza. The councillor was nowhere to be found, some claiming she is now staying at Attersville. This is what members of the community had to say. Preschool children near the plaza were rushed to hospital by an ambulance because of the tear gas fired by the police. The protesters promised that they will continue burning tires and closing the roads in the plaza if their demands are not answered. Natimaziwo, TUT News, Soshanguve.
South African Democratic Teachers Union SAT is marching to the Union building in protest of the Basic Education Minister's alleged incompetence. They say they want the minister and the DG to be removed from office.
25,000 SATU members marched from Maraba Stad to the union buildings in Pretoria to submit their memorandum of demands to the president. The union is demanding that the government must give its workers rural allowance, deliver textbooks on time, promote quality education, to recall the basic Minister of Education Angie Motshekga and her Director General Bobby O'Brien, and not to make education an essential service.
For the president who appoints the director generals in this country to fire that DG. The education of our children, the lives of our children, the future of our children cannot be held to ransom by two individuals.
Call on the president of the country to, without delay, relieve Minister Angie Motshekga and the Director General Bobby O'Brien.
SATU has given the presidency 21 days to reply to their memorandum of demand, or they will go on an industrial action. Richard Kwambi, TUT News, Victoria.
I think it's on the wall. Bobby and the Minister Angie should leave. I think we've got better people to carry the department forward.
We want Angie and Bobby to step down.
SATU Secretary General Zulin Zimavabi was part of the march, and this was his first public show of solidarity for SATU campaign since it started with pickets in February.
We are here to protect the very future of collective bargaining, the very future of our union, against those who undermine it all the time.
The union chief gripe is that the department must withdraw with an agreement that will result in 100% remuneration hike for examination markers and fast tracking of providing more than 350,000 government school teachers with laptops.
We did not ask for laptops. They came and said they will give us laptops.
After spending 7 hours on the march, SATU submitted its memorandum to the presidency. Office of the Presidency promised to respond to their grievances soon. I'm Dumakatumudisi for TUT News, Victoria. Still tracking the same story, Other SADC members are protesting outside the Department of Basic Education's office in Maupan.
The members of South African Democratic Teachers Union were picketing outside the Department of Education, Tshwane West District 15 in Garankuwa. These are Maupan, Winterveld, and Garankuwa and Breeches. They were singing and holding placards written "Fire all corrupt officials, pay the rural allowance, and promote quality public education." SADC wants President Jacob Zuma to fire the Minister of Basic Education, Angie Motshekga, and Head Director General, Sibusiso Banda. Deputy Secretary of Tshwane Region, Episilok, says they are trying to put pressure on Angie so that she can meet their demands.
We were picketing here on the demands that were tabled by our own organization, SADC, in line with the conduct of the Minister of Basic Education, Minister Angie Motshekga. So summarily we are trying to put pressure on her to our demand that we presented to her. That's all what we are here for.
SADC members blocked the road and cars were forced to use one lane. All SADC members will meet tomorrow in Pretoria at Union Building and others will meet in Cape Town. I'm Tsago Mashab, reporting for TUT News, Garankuwa.
In this year's National Freedom Day celebration, President Jacob Zuma has urged the public to play an active role in contributing to the country's economic growth.
The 27th of April, it's a very significant day in South Africa as we celebrate Freedom Day. In his message for Freedom Day, the President of South Africa, Jacob Zuma, urged the people to give a government a chance to implement the National Development Plan.
We must allow the space for those who still wish to engage the National Development Plan and raise their concerns or suggest improvements.
He also encouraged the people to take steps in growing the economy of South Africa.
It has not been easy. It was never going to be easy. But we have made tremendous progress.
Some of the people who attended the celebration, they think we still have a long way before we can say we are free.
South Africa abantu bakhona bakhululekile mara imkhumbulo le ayikakhululeki ngombana basesathatha igandelo lisesekhona ngoba labaza abanhlophe benzani bathatha amakhono ababanawo la bafake under amakhuwa so la bakakhululeka abantu abanzima bakhululeke kuphela nje ukuthi into ethize isenzeke mara la kushoda la.
After entertaining the crowd, Chomi gave her thoughts about Freedom Day and she said she was honored to perform at Union Buildings.
Tells us or reminds us of where we come from in life, tells us more about our history and what happened for us to actually get to where we are right now. A lot of people had to give up their lives. A lot of people fought for us to have the freedom that we have.
Makuta Matlakala, TUT News, Union Buildings.
We'll be back shortly after the break.
Oh, Zuzulicious, silly fish and chips like a shaba today.
There is a lot of good food here. It is from the Fish and Chip Company. Nibanini like I. At only 25 land. Even Plavin will approve this.
It's up to Shaba's egg and chips from the Fish and Chip Company. Hot and uncuttable for only 25 French.
Lots of dogs, they're not refined. Look at him, sis.
Hey, I can smell you from here. Take a bath.
But I'm not like them. Puh. Since my man got the stylish Corolla, I've become far more sophisticated. No more silly dog stuff like licking my self or chasing my tail. And... A ball!
Welcome back. A bridge separating two areas in the township has been a center of attention as incidents of robbery and other crimes have been reported by local residents.
The community of Mabopane Block S are complaining about the bridge that crosses from Soshanguve to Mabopane, right behind Giant Stadium. The area is known to be a hotspot where people get robbed of their belongings on their way to or from work. Chairperson of Community Police Forum, Lenam Timui, says they have identified this problem and they are working on it, even though people refuse to lay charges.
Sometimes I get bad one. How about not reflect that I use your patrol? It's a rental not drasso because I get some Libabanch. Her travel bona Utubar can tell, but it's a motor bag. Apple sell a motor bag. Kim to Yana fail. Then Motor Taisiano, no sure we are training. Can't do to say the motor say.
On our visit to the area, we discovered that as dangerous as the place is alleged to be, there is a man living there. The man, who seemed to be a bit mentally disorganized when we spoke to him, identified himself as Butana Nyati from Louis Richard. He says that he and his friends have been living under this bridge for over 6 months now.
As we welcome winter, if Butana doesn't get help from anyone very soon, it means he'll spend another winter season under this bridge without hot soup, no home blanket. Julius Mashifani, TUT News, Mabopane.
The South African Police Service, in partnership with local Student Representative Council, held a crime prevention workshop at Tshwane University of Technology Soshanguve campus as part of public awareness drive.
The crime prevention campaign that is held in Soshanguve Block L South Campus is aimed at bringing awareness to students residing outside campus. While the workshop is held, a number of students are seen in the cafeteria chilling or getting food. The SRC claims on conveying the message along with the SACP. Now, is this true? Lieutenant of the SACP Block L, Lucas Sitole, had so much faith on the running of the workshop.
We are here today to have this meeting with the campus director, her management, and the students who are residing outside this campus. As the police, we have noticed a trend where most of your students who are staying outside become victims in crime, where their valuables are stolen or they are robbed of them, and to a very low level there was a rape. So the point we are trying to raise in this meeting, in this campaign, we are trying to strengthen our partnership with the university to ensure that we are preventing these crimes, including the house robberies, the burglaries, the theft of their valuables, and possible rapes. So what we have done actually was to meet the people, to make our credentials, to start a project of educating the students who are residing outside this campus, to educate them, to tell them how to prevent these crimes, how to be safe, because we believe in saying prevention is better than cure, rather safe than sorry.
Among the people that addressed the students, the SRC chairperson of TUT North Campus was also present.
We have signed an oath. We're having programs to say we must run this program. It's part of our program actually to make students to be aware.
While the crime campaign was happening in TUT South Campus today, there seems to be a lot of controversy amongst the students, as some students who attended claim to say that security measures are being put in place on campus and therefore they are safe, while others that live outside claim that living outside is a drag. Now the $1 million question is, where to from here? Zina Diseba Mokhati, TUT, Pretoria.
The Soshanguve community has taken a step to dig into issues of substance abuse and the high rate of teenage pregnancy. One of the local schools hosted a health and wellness campaign to teach learners about drugs and contraceptive measures.
Ubuhlabezo Junior Secondary School does not only focus on academics, but other social issues that affect the learners, such as drugs and teenage pregnancy. Today, they decided to pause their classes and take time to inform learners about drugs.
I get addiction yeah, and then if
they went further by encouraging learners to use a condom whenever they have sex in order to prevent teenage pregnancy and HIV and AIDS.
Fine. Like Jola, we have sex, okay, sharp. Use a condom. When you have sex, use condom because you don't want to fall pregnant. How are you going to teenage man? I'm going to because I believe how some go school with sex, it will be a lot thing on your mind. Because just because of Jaheli, Jahela will be protected. Jahela will not for a whole time that they can Jaheli to but right now, what is it?
Ubuhlabe is a junior secondary school held a health and wellness campaign where the community Soshanguve gathered at the school hall to teach learners about substance abuse and the dangers involved. They emphasized on teenage pregnancy, HIV and AIDS, and the abuse of drugs in order to build a drug-free generation. Tobile Mazibugo, TUT News, Soshanguve.
While selling dreadlocks is becoming a business trend, it has also opened a can of worms where they are obtained illegally. This could pose a threat in forensic investigations.
People have found a quick way to make business. They cut their dreads and sell them to people who want to extend their dreadlocks, with no consideration of the negativity that dread selling can be. Tshwane is one of the people who sold their dread in exchange of money.
I had my dreadlocks from January 2007 and then I removed them 2012 on March. I sold them for 800 rands. The reason why I had to sell them is work related, and I felt like at some point I have to remove them, so why not now?
It's not everyone who have a long dreadlocks. So when you buy from the postman, you give them the chance to get the dreadlocks, the long dreadlocks. So in my idea, buying both dreadlocks, it's not a crime, it's not a bad option. Otherwise of it, it's help other people to get a little bit of money they lose from what they spend on the dreadlocks because it's one of the expensive.
However, Dinah Madala does not believe in cutting her dread and selling them for money.
Dreadlocks may seem like a piece of hair, but there is more to it.
Volume 5 and 6 of the book, The Road to Democracy in South Africa, is being launched at UNISA. Former President Thabo Mbeki and Karl Mamhlante are among the dignitaries who are there.
With only 4 volumes of the book, The Road to Democracy in South Africa, that dates back to the 1960 struggle till the 1994 liberation, South African Democratic Education Trust board members commemorated Freedom Day by launching an extra 2 volumes of the book. The chairperson of SADC, Dr. Ishop Pahad, said the book was also a tribute to the late board member, Professor Ben Makubane, whom also was a late comrade. Pahad handed over volume 5 and 6 to Deputy President of South Africa, Kgalema Motlanthe, and in acceptance, Motlanthe acknowledged that it was not easy to write contemporary history. He also added on that generations to come will be able to understand the history in a nutshell.
It is very difficult to write contemporary history. Because the temptation is always great to embellish our own role and so distort history.
The guest speaker of the launch, former President of the Republic of South Africa, Thabo Mbeki, highlighted those that were born after the liberation had no clue about oppression. However, the 2 volumes give out a detailed picture of South Africa's walk to liberation.
No. We mean these ones who were born after the liberation started. Know nothing about oppression. only knows freedom. And therefore measure everything in terms of that freedom. And they were saying, Zimbabweans, that you see the problem with it then becomes difficult to understand that there's many things that we need to do as a free people. It is not possible to do in the short time that the born frees expect. So we thought, no, we also need to find a way of, there will be our born frees also. And we need to find a way of talking to them.
The road to democracy is still a challenge and a bridge in South Africa. Even after 19 years in the liberation, there are still goals to be achieved. TUT News, Pretoria.
Stay tuned. We'll be back after the break.
Tabang, is that you?
Yes, baby. I'm so glad to be back home.
Sorry, you can't come in.
But what do you mean?
Tabang.
Caesar, what are you doing here?
Joe, we thought you were...
But baby, I had to go and do it. For us, baby.
But Tabang, you were gone for so long. I had to move on with my life. I'm sorry, Tabang. You can't come back here again. Bye, Tabang.
Going to pay your TV license needn't be a drama. Simply pay online with your credit card. It's fast, easy and accessible 24 hours a day.
Welcome back. A new forum that will deal with issues relating to the taxi industry has been formally launched at Giant Stadium.
The Taxi Association of Soshanguve and Mabopane launched a new forum called National Taxi Forum. The event was held at Giant Stadium on Thursday, the 18th April. The forum will primarily take charge of the issues that affect the taxi industry and increase operational business in and around communities where taxi association operates. Sipho Nkwanyana highlighted the important role played by the taxi industry in the society.
This industry has got a shared history of hardship, of laughter, and of course of successes. This industry transports more than 72% of our working population. It is the taxi industry. This industry, is an industry that has seen it all. In the previous dispensation, Yamapuno, we had this industry. But we've come to realize that this very industry today, the value in every rand that circulates in our communities, there is a share that is generated by this taxi industry. And the pride that the NTF has is the fact that without this industry, our economy would not be what it is.
NTF want the taxi industry to be treated fairly and with professionalism, like any other business that operate within South African borders. They also wish to work with vendors as they feel that they are also unrecognized professionals linked with the taxi industry.
The chairman of National Taxi Forum, Mr. Madiba, says that this is only the beginning. They are still going to Western Cape, Eastern Cape, Limpopo and Mpumalanga to launch NTF. Julius Mashifani, TUT News, Soshanguve.
Crossing over to sports with Clementine Mohami.
The SuperSport United FC promotes its game against international rivalry EPPNI at the Sammy Marks Square in Pretoria. As part of the initiative, free tickets were given away.
It is usually a shopping complex for most Pretoria residents, but SuperSport United used it differently. to promote its international game against ENPPI from Egypt in CAF Confederation Cup. Jetstar combined with Supersport to bring about entertainment. The crowd of at least 30 people was entertained by live DJ performance and football freestylers. The marketing manager, however, believes the game is not about Supersport only, but South Africa as a whole.
We representing the country. It's no longer about Supersport United, and then this will help the country in those players playing at Bafana level to know what's happening. You know, the coaches, they always complain that we don't take this serious. We say we are serious. We want to go to the group stage of the tournament.
In a bid to gain larger audience attendance of the game, free tickets were given.
And then guys, Supersport, it's a wireless star. It's a Zela Pirate.
You may know Supersport is a local team, but unusually it is flying its wings internationally. TUT News, Pretoria.
Sports and Recreation Minister Fikile Mbalula has announced his department's plan of action to improve sports development in South Africa.
Today's meeting grants a highly anticipated opportunity to Mabopane residents to share their sports-related grievances with Minister Fikile Mbalula. Its main aim is to give prizes to teams who won at the OR Tambo Games, which were held in October last year. Also on the agenda is sports development in South African communities, specifically the Mabopane area.
The purpose of the meeting is to interact with the community on the basis of their wishes, but at the same time, how can we work together, government and society in general, to promote the sports development.
Although he believes this meeting is long overdue, Chairperson of the Local Sports Council is satisfied with the outcome.
Issues were raised, issues including the stadium, golf range, unavailability of facilities, but because of we'll have steps that will lead towards attaining or achieving those goals, then I'm very confident that we'll achieve everything that this meeting was called for. Actually, this meeting is long overdue. I think should we met last year or so, I think all these problems that are troubling us would have been easily solved and long ago.
Odi is just one of the many neglected stadia in South African townships. It is clear that the minister still has a lot of sports facilities to improve. Zizi Pombeki, TUT News, Mabopane.
While Freedom Day celebrations took place all over the country, the students of Tshwane University of Technology commemorated the day through sport. A lot of young people went to TUT South Campus to participate in different sporting codes, all in the name of commemorating Freedom Day on the 27th of April. Softball, netball and bodybuilding were a few of the 13 sporting codes which people were to take part in on the day. The sports organization and some of the participants saw it better to use sports to enlighten the youth about Freedom Day.
What the whole aim of today is to celebrate the same day, the Freedom Day. That is why we started the initiative to make the students aware. Because some of the students are not even aware that it's a Freedom Day. You understand? So that is the whole initiative, and to make sure that the students are affected by sports. It's a matter of marketing at the same time. That's the whole aim of today. To make students aware of what is happening in their country, at the same time to be aware through sports.
I chose to participate more with TUT because in a part there Freedom Day and then who participate in lots of Freedom Day because of the really participate participating get us now freedom. I believe in Freedom Day because it white people, and we talk different. We believe that all the people are allowed to
That's it from the sports desk. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Clementine. On a lighter note, the 1st of May highlighted the International Workers' Day. However, for Soshanguve street vendors, the day was an ordinary market day.
The 1st May marks the International Workers' Day. While people in the country use this day to celebrate the workers' rights, others are sitting home relaxing. Some people in South Africa, they use this day to work even more harder. In places like Soshanguve, people are determined to use this day so that they can be able to make a profit. This day to other people, it means more hard work.
Because I don't have money, I chose to come and just work, so that otherwise I can just get a little bit. You know, we are doing this now. It all means we have made this life today. If we were just at home, otherwise we are not going to meet this life. And more, once we lose this job, we will take more time without having any.
So good thing very kachen so hey guru not decide when no transfer decide who one come to work
today. UNS Day is just a celebration type of a day. But exactly when you have something to do, you must. You won't be stopped by a celebration day. For those who can afford, they can relax and...
Since World Workers' Day, the 1st of March in South Africa, as Soshanguve markets are busy going on, people they believe that in this day they should use this day to make a profit in their business. Mandambe, but TUT News, Soshanguve.
I think it's time to give myself a chicken.
As long as I get an invitation. Well, from us and the TUT News crew, that's all for today.